I really just want to point out the fact how Andrew Tate and Clavicular are pretty much the same. So first of all, who are both? You would call the first, Andrew Tate, he is like the king of the red pill, and Clavicular the king of the black pill, right? Two vastly different movements. Well, both kind of aware, but both not completely correct in my opinion. The red pill, you need to attract everything and be as successful as possible when you for example train your body and you have this kind of strong masculine character. Well, for the black pill, it's only looks that matter. Let's look at these two people and how they are still two sides of the same coin despite being from two different ideologies. Because here ideology doesn't matter as much when it comes to their individual doings and their morals. Both are actually very hedonistic people, right? You see both with a lot of women, and that kind of just proves that, despite the fact that, for example, Clavicular says, oh, I hate this modern world, how there's this hypergamy, but he still takes advantage of it. He still takes advantage of a very kind of modern thing, a feature of the modern world, and just goes along with it. And despite the fact that he claims to have been Catholic or whatever, he still goes along with it. And similar to that, Tate is a Muslim but still does all of these hedonistic things. So as you see, these people are both very hypocritical and very hedonistic people, just taking the pleasures of life, kind of the first-hand pleasures, without getting into the deeper meaning. And if you think about it, Clavicular kind of occupies the same online space and entertains the same demographic as Tate did back in 2022. Both were popular among male teenagers, and both will have a bad influence, I believe, because some parts of the ideology they spread might be good, but the lifestyle that they promote is really, really evil. They kind of promote this hedonistic, very hedonistic lifestyle, which is destructive for your soul. And while your body might improve through, for example, physical training or all of these kind of surgeries, at the end of the day, your soul will die. Your soul will become more corrupt. And while these people promote success in these kind of real life situations, they never take care of their own soul, which will have very, very bad consequences in the future. There's very, very interesting Bible verse about this, Mark 8:36, which says something along the lines of, "For what profit shall a man gain if he gains the whole world but lose his soul?" Really think about that, because you might have popularity, you might have money, you might even have looks, which is the most fundamental and not man-made thing, right? Unless you take some sort of surgery which alters your looks. But fundamentally all of those things are man-made. Looks are the only one of these things that aren't man-made, but still, if you still gain all of the physical world, you become this really hyper-popular person. Everyone has opinions on you, right? Because among these people, it's not always important to be liked, just for people to watch them and have an opinion on them. Because then they'll always stay in the sphere of discussion. But at the end, they just lose their own soul through all of that, through all of this hedonism, through all of this hypergamy, which is fundamentally against most of the religions in the world. Because if you think about it, a society can't survive if it's hypergamous, because there will always be an unhappy class of people who will rise up. A stable society can be hypergamous, and we are seeing it right now, because our society is becoming increasingly unstable, when at the same time it's becoming increasingly hypergamous. So really think about the quote that I just gave you. Think about the consequences that such things might have in your life and such people have in your life. Because if you listen to them, then you might go down the dark path. Of course, they have some good advice, right? Build yourself up, improve your looks. Because as I said in some previous videos, looks are the most important prerequisite when it comes to relationships, when it comes to jobs and all such things. Because right, if you have the same skills but someone looks better than you, chances are they're the ones getting hired. So while that is true, you should still think about the eternal and kind of max out this spiritual aspect of yourself as much as you can. Because even if you gain the whole world and then you die, and then what, right? We all die. We can't get everything out of life, everything physical, but we should try to get into eternal life with God. So think about that. Don't be hedonistic, as it destroys the soul, as we see with these such people. The lifestyles they lead are degenerate. That's why they're two sides of the same coin, the same hedonistic, corrupt coin. See you later.